start off by saying how long I've been telling you that boy was in Big U's paperwork.
Been, been,
Been saying it, man. So
been.
it's a couple subjects I want to talk to you about when it comes to this because I do definitely want to keep it, content, organization, X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? But we'll just start off with what's the root of you and Wack? Are you just overall you just woke up one day and was like, I got time today, cuz?
Not to be honest with you, I got time today, cuz today I got time. No, Wack has been an asshole to me from the very beginning. And I had respect for Wack just because of my preconceived notions of his stature. I didn't really realize that he really hasn't done anything in the music industry. I mean, like I said, booking a few hotel rooms for the game, um, being a tour manager where there's multiple R word allegations. You know what I mean? Like punching stitches. Like these are not things that are accolades in hip hop culture. They're not
Right.
really accolade or the streets. In fact, it's a bad look for the streets. Like so. Despite that, I was like, this is whack. We both didn't know Jumper, and he would be like, you know how you're like, I'm not going to be any different when I'm talking to you on the phone than you are live, which I could say is true. If you mad at me when me and you got into it, when it was me and you on the phone, you're like, fuck you, Lush. Da, 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 da. When you were live, you had the same energy, 1000%. You didn't change. When it's me and him talking, he is sweet as cherry pie a la mode.
He's
He is
really a respectful person.
such a kind guy, nephew, trying to give me klecha, trying to give me, you feel me, trying to put me up on game and shit. You feel me?
I could put you on the play, nephew. You just gotta stop going so hard on me, nephew.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Like I had a rapport with him as to where if there was something, an agenda or something he wanted me to push, I would be open to doing so. Now, in retrospect, that was wrong. One of the reasons why Rich, you're not the only person that was saying that this fool was in the paperwork. Was a very, very commonly expressed fact, not only by people in you know the media community, but the streets of LA, particularly anyone that's from the neighborhood community. That's
So,
been said.
so let me ask you this question: when it comes to just the culture of no jumper, is him because here's the thing: people will say, "Well, what do you know? What do you know? What do you know?" If we're speaking in facts. Factually speaking, Big U had an overt act of assault that has now been charged with an actual act of assault. Because I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but you remember the interview. We call it the Big Five: Trap Lord Ross, Adam 22, Wack,
Yeah,
Vlad, the Big Five. You feel me?
yeah.
Um,
When Wack was trying to bully Trap Lore and call him a bitch and all that, yeah.
the same interview when Wack out his mouth through his own admission said, and I get to getting off in threes, and I was in a parking lot, and Big U people had me surrounded. That's mentioned in the indictment. And when Big U's lawyer referred to Wack 100 as an informant, Big U's lawyer said, well, hey, you can't charge my client because Wack will say it's through a leaked phone, a tapped phone call. The lawyer says, well, you can't charge my client with assault because he was heard on a private conversation saying he wanted to assault an informant. The federal government has now charged Wack with Big U with assault on Wack 100 as a result of that overt act.
So Wack is a victim.
So Wack is four different things in the case. He's a victim. He's an associate. He's a victim when it comes to that. He's an associate with the future incident. Well, we'll get to that because it's all coming in the line of question.
And he's also CS2 back. He's an informant.
So my question is directly when it comes to just the overall culture of no jumper, With you guys leading it, whether you love it or hate it, No Jumper leads the charge of West Coast media. It is what it is. Hate them or love them, that is what it is. Because until you find something better, this is what you have. As far as the culture of No Jumper is concerned, is this something that's common knowledge, or is this something that people just kind of just choose to ignore?
Both.
Okay, so it depends on who
Both.
you're asking.
Both, because like there's not a single person now when like you breaking it down like that. I don't know if people really fully like over enter and understand that, you know what I mean, but like it's all been there. This is all the same shit that Munchie been saying, that Brick was saying, free Brick, free Ant was saying, you feel me, like
All
this
this,
is
it's all the reasons why 100. It's nothing, not a, no shot at Adam, but the reason why it's a conflict of interest for me to go on No Jumper because I'm coming with this, and it is potentially detrimental to a partnership he has on a business level.
correct.
Yeah,
and and I think it's kind of the reason why he's just not eager to boot Whack is for the same reason, even though he's as close to me as he is, and he knows in his heart that Whack is 100% dead wrong. Now, what Whack's trying to do is, this is a guy that said he watched The Godfather 5 times a week, right?
that's
So
a bro. That is an extreme amount of free time to watch that shit 5 times a week. That is a long movie, bro.
this extreme, it's 3 hours. You feel
Bro,
me?
that's extreme. That like we see why Blueface hasn't had a decent. Never mind.
The cold part is me being Italian. I'm half Jewish, half Italian, but
Your ass is fucking retarded, my nigga.
gotta be. No, but my bad. That was actually Germ calling me. I had to put my shit on Do Not Disturb.
Oh,
Um, but okay. So as I was saying, I'm Italian, right?
right.
And I think that he has his character is a little bit misconstrued. I think he thinks that he's Vito Corleone. He thinks he's the boss. He thinks he's the Godfather, right? He thinks that all he needs to do is create scenarios that force other people to crash out. And he tries to liken himself to be some kind of like master chess player when he's really like, when I really beat him in Connect Four. You feel me? He can't even play Chinese checkers. You feel me? Like, but he's not Vito Corleone, he's Luca Brasi. You feel me? He's one of the fools that thought they had it all figured out and then wound up sleeping with the fishes.
Right.
He gonna wake up with a horse head in his bed one day.
Because you thought you could touch the made man.
You thought you could, especially it's like, all right, like you can't really play the street shit with me because ultimately no one really fuck with you. You got a few little goons and shit, but your own hood don't fuck with you. You feel me? You're no bueno over there. I could go and have a much more pleasant day in the hood over there, where the Pacoima Pyrus be. You feel me? And the Humphreys, their ops. You feel me? You're right there. I
Did
would
you
have a
hear Lush said that he not Lush, excuse me, Wack just said that he had a hood day in Beverly Hills,
huh.
not with the rest of his homies. It was just him, and I guess whoever doesn't want to be seen in pictures with him. I guess.
Is that a hood day or just like an outing with friends?
You know
Like
what? And you know, somebody said in the comments the same thing because obviously, they're from all over America. And somebody was, and they were serious, like, bro, does that count as a hood day? I say it's literally in the name of hood day. So I would assume you would have to be in or around your hood with people who are of or adjacent to the hood would fit the
and
frame.
look, I'm familiar enough with the streets of LA to know that hood days do oftentimes end up not in the hood because
But you're with the hood though.
you're with the hood first. But at first, at some point, you gonna touch down. You gonna
Right.
hit the block. You feel me? Whack,
Smoking blunt, something.
yeah, yeah. Whack is not hitting the block, so he
But
can't
Wack
really
said
get.
that he doesn't go because he's too rich.
Yeah,
He doesn't
exactly.
he doesn't go to parks, but he argues
And
that
the thing is, like, who are Wack's enemies? Who does Wack beef with? Like his hood has only one black gang that they beefed with ever. You feel me? The Valley Gangster Crips. You feel me? The OBGC.
don't they conflict with Compa Raiders hood?
Yes, They beef with all Mexicans. That's my point. Like
Well,
all of his,
that's why he hates Mexicans so much.
yes, bro. All
I'll be like, what's wrong with this nigga?
so the only black gang he beef with are they're not defunct. They still exist, but they're low in numbers, and they're not really like pressing lines against them like that.
Right.
Maybe back several years ago, but not. Wack grew up beefing with essays. He grew up beefing with the Pacoima Flats and all the different the project, all the different hoods from Pacas, from Pacoima Trece, and he beefs with the
So all
fucking,
that's being a South Central nigga, not to sound ignorant, but everything on that side of the world.
yeah, literally,
Right.
and even more specifically, because that's like Pacoima is deep in the valley. That's
Yeah,
like
it's like past Sun Valley.
yeah, way past like
Yeah.
it's damn near the 661 area code. They're closer to Palmdale and Lancaster and shit.
Don't they
That's
say
why
Palmdale's a backyard?
literally.
Yeah.
Literally, it's right there. It is the very end of the San Fernando Valley.
Shout
Once
out
you
to the
pass
house
that,
with
it's
Kim.
Antelope Valley. So,
Shout out to the house with
so
Kim.
it's not like he over there actively beefing with the Canogas or the Van Nuys or you know what I'm
Right.
saying, like the 18s, like the active sets that be the North Hollywood boys. Those aren't really they ops. They ops are Santher. You feel me? Raiders old hood that he is no longer a part of, and
So if he has all this pressure to like even example run up on Flacco with the little blick on him, which is crazy. We'll get to that. Why didn't he come down on Comparator, who was there an abundance of times after he made that derogatory turn?
well, he said he was finna, but at the end of the day, he's scared. He's
Yeah.
scared because at the end of that would require his entire hood. Because if you know about what's going on out there, those two hoods, it's been kind of chill between the two. They both got other enemies right now that they
Right.
dealing with. You know how it be like
Yeah.
certain generations of 6-0s are more into it with the fucking BPSs. Some are more into it with the fucking Hoovers. Some are more into it with the A trays.
It becomes a
It
personal preference.
yeah, it just depends on who put in pain against your partners, your clique, and your generation. Those
Right.
are what's up. How you doing, sir? Okay, I'll be there. I got to dip in a second. Unfortunately, they need me for my because I'm detoxing. They got to put me on my seizure meds and all that shit. So you
They
feel
got
me?
a man call.
You know how I be, player. So
Okay.
look, you know what I want since we have so much more to talk about. You want to spin the block tomorrow and run this again?
Yeah, we run this shit tomorrow.
All right, bet. But anything from this, clip it. It's good. You feel me? Collab post is good, and we just getting started. Just try. We'll remember where we left off because we just getting started.
Bro, I hit you in a minute. I'll text
All
you.
right, it's love, player. Be smooth.
My nigga Lush gotta go get his psych meds.